Nobody knows Disney food like we do, and today we're paying homage to the best of the best. Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog. All right, whether you're a dedicated die-hard Disney fan or you're planning your first trip right now, we're going to share with you our expert curation of the most iconic snacks, treats, and eats in Walt Disney World. Yep, from theme parks to hotels to Disney Springs, here are the treats that have stood the test of time, becoming guest favorites and reaching icon status for Disney fans far and wide. Remember, these are not the newest kids on the block. To make this list, you got to show that you're good enough to stick around for a while. And if you're going to Disney World and want to guarantee you're dining on Epicurean Disney history, this is the way to do it. And don't forget to head over to disneyfoodblog.com/iconiceats to get this full list without having to take notes at all. We will send it right to your inbox. Just sign up for our free newsletter and we will get this right over to you in PDF form. That's disneyfoodblog.com/iconiceats. Let's start in the Magic Kingdom with that classic Dole Whip. You can get it at Sunshine Tree Terrace, Aloha Isle, as well as various places throughout Walt Disney World, including in self-serve form at select resorts. Now remember, we're going to show you where these things live most of the time, but a lot of them can also be found in other parks, resorts, and Disney Springs. Now, usually price on this one is $5.99 for a classic cup. You can also get floats for a little bit more. Specialty options, Disney continues to step up their game with this classic soft serve treat. We've seen specialty floats at Magic Kingdom, including Red's Revenge with strawberry soft serve, and they've also introduced the Fomosa, which is sparkling apple cider with orange Dole Whip. Outside of Magic Kingdom, over at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, the Pineapple Lanai is offering up lime-flavored Dole Whip, as well as the option to add booze to it. Also at Polynesian, Trader Sam's Tiki Terrace is using Dole Whip to make that Spikey Pineapple, which is going to come up on our list a little bit later. Now don't forget, you can get several different flavors of Dole Whip, multiple locations around Walt Disney World. This is definitely an iconic treat and one that just about everybody who's been to Disney World knows about. Over at Casey's Corner, we're going to talk about that corn dog nuggets meal with cheese sauce now. They just added cheese sauce into the meal, so you don't have to get it separately. This one's $9.99, including fries and the sauce. Previously charged $1 if you wanted to add that sauce to your meal, but now it's included in the price of the meal. The infamous cheese sauce, aka plastic cheese. I always call it plastic cheese because I'm not sure there's any real food in there, but I still really love it. And it's had quite a past. Sadly, gone are the glory days of a massive vat of free-flowing plastic cheese. Now you have to get it specifically doled out from behind the counter. But it's a great thing to dip your French fries in, your corn dog nuggets. Really good. Next one is the gray stuff. You're going to get this at Be Our Guest restaurant in Magic Kingdom. Served with crispy pearls and a white chocolate quote-unquote chip cup. Of course, that little character chip is part of a prefix dinner menu, but it's also served a la carte during lunch for $4.99 as the topping on the Master's Cupcake. Now, the gray stuff is basically described as a cookies and cream panna cotta, so that's kind of the experience you're going to get there. Now, remember, the food at Be Our Guest can be mediocre, especially for breakfast and dinner. We love it at lunch, but we do love that celebrated dessert, the gray stuff, and we'll always take it when we can get it. Next up is over at Sleepy Hollow, those fun waffle sandwiches. We're going to highlight the sweet and spicy chicken waffle sandwich here because I have a feeling a lot of things on our list are going to be sweet today, so we want to share that savory stuff when we can. This one's $10.49, very hearty snack. It's a piece of breaded chicken with that sweet and spicy sauce with some slaw as well, all packed into a big Belgian waffle. But there's also a fresh fruit version with chocolate hazelnut spread and blueberries, strawberries, and bananas. That's a delicious option as well. These are unique to Sleepy Hollow. You can't get them anywhere else, but they have reached icon status. Everybody loves them. The Mickey Premium Bar, of course. This is probably the classic of the classics Disney iconic treat. That vanilla ice cream enrobed in chocolate flavored coating. I don't think it's really chocolate. They kind of say on the package that it's flavored, so I don't know. But this one you can get at many walk-up kiosks throughout the parks. All the ice cream kiosks will have it. All of the resorts will have it in their quick service restaurants. It's $5.75 right now. We can remember back when it was $3.75, and a lot of people can remember when it was even cheaper than that. But the price keeps going up. But now it is also available in your grocery stores. You can get a smaller version of the Mickey Premium Bars in your grocery stores as well. So it's the epitome of classic Disney treats. The turkey leg, everybody's favorite thing to love or hate. This one is found throughout the parks, including Prince Eric's Village Market. Over there in New Fantasyland, this one will run you $12.49. It's a simple and straightforward classic theme park treat. You're going to get this at just about every theme park around the world, as well as Ren fairs and places like that. So it's a pretty classic turkey leg with a lot of salty flavor. Next one is that Cheshire Cat Tail. This one you're going to get at Cheshire Cafe. Again, another item that's completely unique to this location. It's $5.49, and the tiny walk-up window in Fantasyland serves up that perfect afternoon pick-me-up. It's a pastry twist, so it kind of tastes a little bit like a pain au chocolat, and it's got a bunch of chocolate packed into it, as well as pink and purple icing drizzled across the top. And you can't see me right now, but I'm drizzling icing with my hand at the moment. And it's really, really good. It's actually better than you would think it would be. This one is better than the sum of its parts. We love it. Again, totally unique to Cheshire Cafe. Next up, that warm cinnamon roll. You're going to find that at Gaston's Tavern for $5.99. It's a massive hunk of carbs, delicious, easily shareable amongst your group. And remember, you can now ask for more icing, and they'll give you a little tub of extra icing. You used to have to ask for more icing, and they'd look at you like you were crazy. And then you'd say, please, could I have more icing? And they'd figure out a way to go get you some more icing. But enough people ask at this point that they just have little tubs at the ready, and they'll give that to you to put your extra icing on. So always ask for more icing. It doesn't cost any extra. Now these, remember, they used to be at Main Street Bakery, and then they moved them over to Gaston's Tavern in 2012 when the new Fantasyland area of the park opened. All right, moving on to Epcot, we're going to talk about fish and chips. This is at Rose and Crown Dining Room and Pub and at Yorkshire County Fish Shop, so both the counter service and table service location. This one's $12 at the pub, $23 in the dining room, and $11.49 at the outdoor fish shop. This is one of our favorite quick service meals in all of Epcot. You've got 3 places to grab it. You can't go wrong with that British staple, and your best deal is going to be at the Yorkshire County Fish Shop, where you can get 2 pieces of fish for $11.49. But you can also get it in the Rose and Crown Pub. You'll only get 1 piece for $12, or in the dining room, where it's an entree portion. Let's head over to Canada for the Canadian cheddar cheese soup. This stuff is iconic, obviously, it's in this video, and amazing. You're going to get it at Le Cellier Steakhouse. It's $12. Now, while it may be odd for just a soup to have a cult-like following, this one lives up to the hype. It's delicious and savory. It has that Newski's Applewood smoked bacon. If you're in Epcot during the Food and Wine Festival, you don't have to score a reservation at Le Cellier, though, as they usually have it at the Canada food booth. But when it's not there, you might have to head into Le Cellier. There was a short period of time that they had it available at Refreshment Port, though, so while you're over there, be sure to check the menus. All right, let's head over to France to Les Halles. Now, there's so much going on here that's delicious. So pretty much anything you want to buy at Les Halles, which is, of course, the France bakery area, is going to be fine with us. It is the breakfast, snack, dessert, and anything spot in Epcot. You'll find the freshest baked goods, some of the best snack credits around. We have a lot of favorites here, but topping our list are going to be that ham and cheese croissant and the frangipane, which is a delicious almond pastry. And you really can't go wrong with anything you choose here. Everything in the bakery case is viewable, so you can take a look at everything to decide what looks best for you. So just get whatever catches your eye. Don't forget they do have soups here as well. Those are not in the bakery case, so you do want to check the menu for those. Pastries range from about $3 to $6, but they also have sandwiches. They've got those soups, and they have salads if you're looking for something a little more substantial. Next up in Mexico, those chips and queso and margaritas from La Cava del Tequila. Now, did you really go to Epcot if you didn't get a margarita at La Cava? This tequila cave inside the pyramid used to be kind of a hidden gem, but not anymore. Lines can get a little long for the to-go drinks here, but we promise it's worth the wait. But if you have a moment to sit, try grabbing a table and order some of their awesome chips and queso. It's really some of our favorite in Disney World. Margaritas run $15 to $21, and the chips and queso are $10. Now, if you don't want to go into the pyramid and you'd rather get your to-go margarita outside, you can go to Choza de Margarita, which is the outdoor margarita stand, or you can head over to La Cantina, which is the quick service location in Mexico, and they have margaritas there as well. Over in Norway, we're going to talk about the school bread and the troll horn. These are definitely iconic treats. People will remember these from their childhood, and these are going to be at Kringla Bakery Og Cafe over there in Norway. The school bread's $3.99, the troll horn is $4.49. And like I said, these menu mainstays have been around long before hashtag Disney Snacks was trending on Instagram. School bread is a cross between a cinnamon roll and a dinner roll, filled with a sweet custard and topped with shredded coconut. And troll horns are a slightly crunchy, sugar-coated pastry horn-shaped shell filled with cloudberry jam and whipped cream. Both are classic Epcot snack icons, definitely deserve a taste if you've never tried them before. Over in Japan, we're going to talk about the kakigori. This you're going to find at Kabuki Cafe in Japan. This is another snack that's been around Epcot forever. It's a great snack for those hot summer days. It's basically just a snow cone or a snowball or shave ice, whatever you want to call it. You can pick from several fruit flavors for $4.50 or add on a condensed milk topping for an extra $1 to make it super sweet. Over in France, the macaron ice cream sandwich, the ice cream brioche sandwich, and the ice cream martinis are all going to be at L'Artisan des Glaces. We're going to assign these all to one number because they're all at the same locations. You can kind of choose which one you want. These are going to be $4.69, $7.04, and $11.97 respectively. L'Artisan has some delicious handmade ice cream and sorbet that alone is worth a stop, but you don't have to get that ice cream just in a cup. They serve up ice cream macaron sandwiches, which are super, super good, and they have awesome seasonal flavors like peppermint and strawberry, and I think they have pumpkin as well. And you can also get ice cream pressed in a hot brioche roll or an ice cream martini, which comes topped with a shot of Grand Marnier, whipped cream vodka, or rum, your choice. The Jumbo Pretzel has gotten a massive upgrade over there in the Germany Pavilion. It is absolutely huge now. It's $10, which is actually a pretty good price for what a giant pretzel you get. And this is a quintessential option over there in Germany. You can definitely share it with a few people, get a couple of beers. It's a great salty, carb-filled snack, help you drink around the world or just fuel your park hopping. Also in Germany, the bratwurst and noodle gratin. We want to tell you about these over at Summerfest. $10.29 and $4.49. And this is a walk-up counter spot in the Germany Pavilion and is serving up these massive bratwursts that make for a substantial meal at a pretty reasonable price. The rolls are fresh baked and they come topped with a whole bunch of sauerkraut. You can always ask them to leave that off if you're not a sauerkraut fan. But Summerfest is home to another favorite of ours as well, that noodle gratin. And this is a baked mac and cheese custard that's filling, delicious, super savory, really gooey. And for $4.49, it's an awesomely priced snack option. It's definitely on all of our lists. Also in Germany is Caramel Kuche, where you're going to get that amazing caramel popcorn, and there's plenty of other options here as well that you should definitely consider. Only size of caramel popcorn available right now is $6.99, and most of the other snacks here are going to be $4 to $6. But even though there's only one size of caramel popcorn, there used to be small and large, now there's just the large, but it is still a snack credit on the Disney dining plan, so that's good to know. Now, if you're not up for caramel corn, you're going to find other delicious options. They've got those boozy caramels, the caramel covered Rice Krispie treats, caramel butter bars. They've got one of my favorite treats in all of Walt Disney World. It's not necessarily iconic, but they have this great dense chocolate cupcake with salted caramel frosting and then caramel drizzled on the top. It's amazing there. So literally anything from here is probably going to be worth your money and worth your stomach space. And then we're going to head over to Sunshine Seasons at the Land Pavilion. Now, this quick service spot is the biggest in all of Epcot. It has some of the best meals for your quick service buck, especially if you have special diets. And this location has always had some awesome plant-based options and lots of healthy choices, along with pizza and some great desserts. Basically, it's going to have something for everyone in your group, and you can count on the food to be tasty and fresh. Our favorite place to go is always the bakery case. This is where that incredible rose gold cupcake debuted a few years ago, and it has stuck around. It's just changed colors. So now it's a different color than it used to be. I think right now it's Arendelle Aqua, but I've also seen it red for the holidays and pink when Millennial Pink was the big color. So it'll change colors from time to time. Another great option here that I absolutely love that I wouldn't say is iconic, but I want to include it for you is that turtle brownie. I think it's incredible. It doesn't look like much, but it's so, so good. So be sure to check out the bakery case at Sunshine Seasons. You'll be sure to find lots of iconic treats. Ooh, another big one here is this strawberry shortcake. That's a fabulous, famous one that a lot of people have loved for a lot of years. Moving on to Hollywood Studios, the first place we're going to go is 50's Primetime Cafe, where you're going to grab that PB&J milkshake. This one's $9, and we're big fans of this classic shake at 50's Primetime. Peanut butter and jelly, how can you go wrong? If you don't want to grab a full table service meal here, though, you can get it at the Tune-In Lounge without a reservation. These milkshakes are big, so they're great to share. Next one is the Ronto wrap. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, AJ, this is not iconic. This is brand new. But my sweet viewers, may I submit this as a future iconic treat in Walt Disney World and add it in here just for all of our 2022 viewers watching this. I really do think that the Ronto wrap is going to become iconic. I don't think they're going to take it away, since there is basically an entire dining location built around the Ronto wrap. And I do think that it's going to become definitely iconic in Galaxy's Edge on both coasts and definitely in Hollywood Studios. So I'm going to keep it in this video, and then in 2022, if the Ronto wrap is gone, let me know and we'll do a new video. Okay, so the price is $12.99. This one might not be everyone's favorite, but it's definitely a DFB favorite. And the combo of savory sausage, that tangy slaw, definitely a winning duo. Top it with that peppercorn sauce. It's basically one of the best quick service meals you can find around property right now. Definitely one of the best things you'll find in Galaxy's Edge for sure. We weren't all that impressed with the rest of the Galaxy's Edge food. I do think there's a couple of other iconic treats in here that are from Galaxy's Edge, so maybe I won't give that whole disclaimer before I talk about the next one. All right, moving on to that Cobb salad at Hollywood Brown Derby. You're going to find this on the lunch menu for $18. And while it's not present on the dinner menu at the moment, you can still ask to order it. And things don't get much more classic and iconic than a Cobb salad at the Brown Derby, right? Chopped greens, turkey breast, bacon, egg, tomatoes, crumbled blue cheese, avocado, chives, and Cobb dressing. It's delicious, it's filling, and if you're getting a salad at Disney World, make it this one. You can also order a smaller version of this salad for $11 outside at the lounge. Moving on to the carrot cake cookie. This one you can find at Trolley Car Cafe. You used to be able to find it at Sweet Spells, but Sweet Spells is closed now, sadly. The price is $3.99 on this one, which is an amazing price for what you actually get. Note, though, that this cookie has seen some changes over the years. The two cake-like cookies on either side of that amazing cream cheese frosting are now a little bit thicker than they used to be, so you're going to get a slightly different cake-to-frosting ratio than what you used to have, but it's still totally delicious. The cream cheese frosting on the inside is amazing. It's that real thick, lardy frosting. Amazing. It's delicious. Definitely a must-get snack. Very shareable because it's super sweet. I usually get one of these and keep it in my hotel refrigerator for my whole trip and eat it very slowly because it's way, way sweet, but it's one of my favorite things to get in all of Walt Disney World. Over at Woody's Lunchbox, let's talk about the Lunchbox Tarts. These are in Toy Story Land. These are going to be $4.29. Again, another newish treat to Walt Disney World, but already very iconic, especially for Toy Story Land. This is basically a fancy Pop-Tart, and you can get it all day long, and they pretty much always have the chocolate hazelnut version topped with candied bacon, but they have a rotating seasonal tart as well. We've seen lemon blueberry, raspberry. There's usually an apple cinnamon or apple cranberry situation for Christmas time, so it changes around, but you can always get that chocolate hazelnut one, and the next one that's going to be there most often is the raspberry. All right, back to Galaxy's Edge for the Fuzzy Tauntaun. I gotta put these in here, you guys. They are iconic. I don't care what you say. Okay, $16 on this one. And if you want to try something weird in Galaxy's Edge beyond just popcorn that tastes like Fruity Pebbles or blue milk, head to Oga's Cantina for a drink that will literally numb your mouth. The peach and orange alcoholic drink is topped with a buzz foam, which is made from Szechuan flowers called buzz buttons, and it creates a strange, tingly, sort of numbing feeling around your lips and mouth. It's really, really weird. Some people say they don't feel it all, but a lot of people are kind of creeped out by it. But it's very iconic, and it's classic, and it's delicious too. And of course, at Oga's, if you don't want something that's going to numb your entire mouth, there are plenty of other iconic drinks there as well, because those are all unique to Oga's. You can only get them there. Next, totally iconic treat in Hollywood Studios is that fresh baked cookie ice cream sandwich. Now, this is also found at multiple other locations. You can find it in Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom. You used to be able to get it at Epcot a long, long time ago, but it has not been replaced since they took away the ice cream from Fountain View way back before they even made it into a Starbucks. A lot of you may not have even been Disney World fans way back then. I'm getting old, but Anyway, fresh baked cookie ice cream sandwich is basically 2 giant cookies with 2 scoops of ice cream in the middle. And it depends on where you are, but at Hollywood Scoops, you can choose your own ice cream flavors in there because they have a lot of different ice cream flavor options. This can be $6.49, but it's a great use of a snack credit. And the sandwich is massive and very easily shared. FYI, if you do happen to get this one over at Magic Kingdom at the Plaza Ice Cream Parlor, you can pay 50 cents extra, I believe, for a side of sauce to pour over it. So you can either get caramel or hot fudge, peanut butter sauce, whatever they've got, you can order some sauce to pour over the top to make it super messy and super delicious and super sweet. All right, let's head over to Animal Kingdom next. The first thing we're going to talk about is that baked macaroni and cheese with pulled pork. You can get this at 8 Spoon Cafe. Price is $6.79. And there are several varieties of this dish at the small kiosk in Disney's Animal Kingdom. Again, don't just pass by these kiosks, you guys. There is some seriously unique and wonderful stuff at the kiosks. So even if you're not eating at a counter service location or a table service location, you can still find some really, really crazy, amazing Disney snacks. And this is one of them. So there are several varieties, like I said, but we think the pulled pork version reigns supreme. The baked mac and cheese is delicious on its own, but that meat and the tang of the barbecue sauce really bring it to another level. And this is also an incredible value for the size and quality of the dish. It's one of the best snack credits around the park for sure. You can also get this version with just plain mac and cheese, or you can also get it with kind of a sweet and sour shrimp thing going on the top. It's really, really delicious. Tiffin's bread service. Let's talk about that over at Tiffin's Restaurant and Nomad Lounge. So if you don't want to sit down for a full table service meal at Tiffin's, you can grab this at Nomad Lounge next door. It's going to be $12 and it's an appetizer. It's a great representation of a tiffin, which is a light snack or tea time meal. It comes served in a tiffin carrier, which are those little silver bowls stacked on each other, and it comes with some unique breads and dipping sauces. Dips here include red pepper hummus, spiced coriander yogurt, ginger pear chutney. So tasty and a great way to introduce picky eaters to some new flavors. Over in Pandora, let's talk about that night blossom drink at Pongu Pongu. Now, this is definitely iconic for the Na'vi, but it's starting to be iconic for us as well. This one's $5.99. It's a slushy drink featuring layered apple, desert pear, and lime slushes topped with passion fruit popping pearls. It's really pretty. It's a nice, refreshing drink on a hot day. Everyone can drink it. It's non-alcoholic. And it's great for pictures too. It's a great Instagrammable treat. So we really, really like that this one is sticking around and starting to become an icon. Also, remember at Pongu Pongu, they also have those amazing pineapple lumpia there. Oh, I love those. Those are pineapple and sweetened cream cheese all in sort of a spring roll. So good. They're not on our iconic list yet, but they may be in the future. Those are delicious. Definitely worth getting at Pongu Pongu. Okay. Next one, French fries with pulled pork and cheese. If you watch our videos, if you watch DFB Guide and you have from the beginning, first of all, thank you. And second of all, you definitely heard me talk about this before. These are at Flame Tree Barbecue, $6.99. Flame Tree is consistently a solid dining choice when visiting Animal Kingdom. It's a counter service location and a longtime favorite of ours and our readers. Their pulled pork and cheese topped fries are a huge, delicious snack, great value for the price. Another amazing snack credit as well. The portions are huge, like I said, easy to share. Plus, the whole thing is doused in plastic cheese, so how can you go wrong? It's also featuring that house-made Flame Tree barbecue sauce, that pulled pork, really, really good stuff. Love it. Definitely could be a meal. All right, we're moving on to Disney Springs. Let's go to Morimoto Asia Street Food and the Morimoto Asia Restaurant. So they've got their incredible spare ribs there. These are $15 for an order of 3 outside at the street food location, but they are available inside with 3 or 6 for $28. So you can get 3 for $15 or 6 for $28. These are really addicting, you guys. They are favorites and definitely iconic for Chef Masaharu Morimoto. Of course, he's put these on the menu at multiple locations, many of his restaurants, and they are just incredible. They're super perfect, tender pork ribs covered in a sticky and sweet chili glaze. Luckily, you don't need a reservation to try these, though you can grab them at that quick service street food counter next to Morimoto Asia. So you can get them inside or you can get them outside. And remember, outside at Morimoto Asia Street Food, you can also grab other street food favorites like takoyaki. All right, let's talk about churros. We've got to talk about churros if we're talking about iconic Disney foods. Now, churros are much, much more popular in Disneyland than they are in Disney World. I don't know why, they just are. They have lots of churro carts in Disneyland. They're churning out lots of flavored churros, but in Disney World, it's really not that common. There's a couple of churro carts around the parks, but they're just the plain churros. But Sunshine Churros has come over to Disney World. They have a little cart in downtown Disney and Disneyland, and they've now set up a cart in Disney Springs as well. They have 2 carts actually. And this is where you're gonna get your super flavored churros. Favorites include the gourmet strawberry cheesecake churro with cream cheese dipping sauce and the Oreo churro. There's tons of options, and honestly, we liked all of them, so you can't go wrong. They also have seasonal churros, $5.25 to $6.25 for a churro at this location. And poutine, let's talk about the daily poutine in Disney Springs. $9.49 to $9.99 is how much those are going to cost you. And it only serves up poutine. It's a little kiosk, it's just a window, and it only serves up poutine. Now, poutine, for those who don't know, is a Canadian bar food, really. It's pub grub in Canada, and it's big, thick steak French fries topped with cheese curds and then hot gravy, which sort of melts those cheese curds. At the Daily Poutine, they have lots of different varieties of poutine and lots of different flavors as well. They have a great version of the classic poutine, and it's huge portions too, by the way, so definitely shareable. But they also have an Italian version with mozzarella and turkey bolognese, a Latin version with fried yucca instead of French fries, and then they've got pulled pork on top, and French version with mushroom cream sauce and Gruyere cheese curds. Yum, yum, yum. Over at Aristo Crepes, we've got the bubble waffles. These have become iconic. A lot of these things that I'm talking about just really showed up a couple years ago, maybe 3 years ago. But let me get on my soapbox for a second. When I started this blog 10 years ago, 11 years ago now, there were some iconic Disney foods, but there was nothing that was that well recognized. Once we started to get smartphones and social media, it became much easier for people to recognize Disney foods and really plan ahead and plan to eat those Disney foods, which is why I'm able to give you 50 amazing iconic Disney foods, but a lot of them have come out in just the last 10 years. So some of these are relatively new for those of us who've been going to Disney for 30 or 40 years, right? But anyway, back to the story. Bubble waffles at Aristo Crepes. These are $8.99. These are awesome waffle sundaes, basically. You can get salted caramel, which is topped with chocolate ice cream, pretzel pieces, whipped cream, crispy pearls, and caramel sauce, or strawberry, which is topped with vanilla ice cream, fresh strawberries, whipped cream, and strawberry pearls. Both are delicious, both are huge. Keep in mind that Aristo Crepes has kind of weird hours though, so if this one's on your bucket list, they don't open until 4 o'clock on weekdays, and they open Saturday and Sunday at noon. So this one's kind of weird. Also, FYI, even though these are $8.99, we have heard reports that you can get them for a snack credit. We've confirmed that ourselves from cast members, but they're not noted as a snack credit on the menu, so that could change at any time. And finally, we're gonna head over to the resorts. Let's head to Polynesian Village Resort for those teriyaki noodles. You can get them at Ohana as part of your all-you-care-to-eat dinner. You can get them from room service as part of the Twilight Feast, which is the Ohana dinner that comes to your room as room service. Or you can get them at Tambu Lounge. Now, that's kind of a secret menu. They don't have them listed on the menu at Tambu Lounge next to Ohana, but you can actually get them. So these are included with your Ohana dinner, or they're going to be $9 at Tambu Lounge. These are beloved noodles. You guys, they tried to take these away and put rice on the Ohana menu a couple of years ago, and people freaked out so much that they switched it back immediately. I'm pretty sure it was because social media lost its collective mind when they tried to take these noodles off the menu. They're really, really good, and they've amassed a serious following. So remember, if you can't snag a reservation at Ohana to grab these, you'll find them for $9 at Tambu, and they're not on the menu, but just ask, and the bartenders will very likely be able to get you those noodles. Same situation with the bread pudding, our next iconic treat. This is the Ohana dessert. And this is warm pineapple bread, super moist, and then the ice cream and banana caramel sauce really set it apart. You get it with dinner at Ohana, or you can grab some at Tambu Lounge for $12 after 4 p.m. Or, of course, if you're staying at the Poly, you can get it through room service. But remember, if you get it through room service, it won't come with ice cream, so you have to order the ice cream separately, and they'll bring you a big old pint of vanilla Haagen-Dazs. For me, this is honestly one of my favorite desserts in Disney World. Always has been, always will be. This and the No Way Jose at Beaches and Cream, which I don't think that's on this list, but maybe I'll mention it. Two of my favorite desserts in Walt Disney World. Also at the Polynesian Village Resort, this is the next iconic treat, is that Tonga toast. You're going to get this at Kona Cafe at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort, or you can get it at Captain Cook's, which is the counter service location. So at Kona Cafe, which is a table service restaurant, it's $16. It's a twist on the classic breakfast staple. It features banana stuffed French toast. It's really, really thick, kind of Texas toast. And it's all stuffed with bananas. Then it's rolled in cinnamon sugar and fried and served with strawberry compote. It is deep fried deliciousness, so good. If you're not looking for a full sit-down meal though, you want to get this breakfast a little cheaper, you'll find it at Captain Cook's for $9.29. Now you don't get the strawberry compote, but I think it's worth it to save the $6, $6.50 really, to go to Captain Cook's and grab it without the strawberry compote. All right, heading over to Beaches and Cream. Here we go. Okay, this is where I'm going to sneak the No Way Jose in here. But the first iconic treat we're talking about here is the kitchen sink. So this is Beaches and Cream at Disney's Beach Club Resort. The kitchen sink is a fan favorite. I think it's 2 scoops of 5 different ice creams topped with every single topping in the house and a whole can of whipped cream. It's meant for at least 4 people to share. So definitely bring some friends for this one. And there's a little show included when you order the kitchen sink. So we won't spoil the fun, but it's really, really cute. That one's $34. Again, it serves 4 people. But if you don't want a giant literal kitchen sink full of ice cream that you have to share with 4 people, then you can also get my favorite, the No Way Jose, which is a peanut butter hot fudge sundae, and it's so good. Be sure to order the large version, the 3-scoop version, so you get it in those big fish bowl. Oh, I love it. One of my favorites. All right, next we're going to head over to Fort Wilderness, and we're going to talk about Hoop-Dee-Doo Musical Review. So the whole meal itself is iconic here. This is a dinner show, my friends, and it's super cute. You basically have a traveling, entertaining troupe that comes in, gets up on the stage, and does a whole show for you. It's a lot of fun. It's been going on in Disney World for hundreds of years, not literally, but it feels like that. And you get a whole all-you-can-eat spread that includes pork ribs, a huge bucket of fried chicken, baked beans, all kinds of goodies, and of course it ends with that wonderful strawberry shortcake. And you get all you can drink beer, wine, and sangria, which is pretty awesome too. So even though the bucket of fried chicken is technically our iconic item from this dinner show, the whole dinner show is iconic, and you should definitely head over there if you have the opportunity. All right, now we're going to go to California Grill at Disney's Contemporary Resort. We're going to talk about that Sonoma goat cheese ravioli. Now, you guys, California Grill has existed for a very, very, very long time, and the goat cheese ravioli has been on the menu since the first day. So talk about iconic. This one's $16. It's an appetizer, and you're going to get to California Grill at the very top of Contemporary Resort. It's a fancy schmancy restaurant. It'll cost you 2 credits on the dining plan, but it's worth it. It's actually got a more relaxed feel than what you would expect, and the view is incredible because it's right up there on, I believe, the 15th floor. Now, this particular dish, the Sonoma goat cheese ravioli, is one of those mainstays, and it is a favorite. I never go to California Grill without ordering this, even though I don't even like goat cheese at all. Like, I'm really not a goat cheese fan, but this is incredible. I don't know why. It's incredible. It's got one jumbo ravioli, giant ravioli, in a tomato fennel broth. But if you do have 2 people and you want to split it, they will split it and serve it in 2 plates for you. So be sure to ask if you want to go ahead and split that one. Now, reservations can be tough to get here, but the full menu is also served at their small lounge, which is first come, first serve. So you can arrive ahead of opening time, which is usually about 5 p.m., and then see if you can eat in the lounge. Also in Contemporary Resort, we're going to go downstairs to Contempo Cafe and look at their bakery case, you guys. There's 2 things I want to talk about here. The item that's on my list to talk about is the Monorail Cookies and Cream Cupcake. This one came out a few years ago, and it's been a mainstay in the bakery case ever since. Now, usually they change out their cupcakes here pretty regularly, but this one is always there. And the reason why it's iconic and adorable is it's topped with a white chocolate monorail, because of course the monorail runs through Disney's Contemporary Resort, and you can see it from Contempo Cafe. So this is a cupcake with a cookies and cream filling, a cookies and cream topping, and then that cute chocolate monorail. Your kids are gonna love it. You're gonna love it, and it's one of our favorites. It's $5.99. But my other favorite in the bakery case, you guys, I'm going to sneak this one in too, is of course that peanut butter pie, which is iconic for me, and it should be iconic for everybody. It's a giant scoop of peanut butter cream cheese. I don't know, it feels like cookie dough. It's not really cookie dough, but it's unbelievable. It's basically a cookie dough textured frosting. I don't even know. It's so good. But anyway, it sits on top of sort of a vanilla pudding inside a tart shell. It is killer. You've got to get it. If you like peanut butter at all, this one is a must for you guys. Okay. All right, going over to Pop Century. Pop Century resort to everything pop. We're going to talk about that tie-dye cheesecake. I can remember how excited I was when Pop Century first opened, when the resort itself first opened, and they introduced this tie-dye cheesecake. I was like, what a fun concept, what a fun idea. We have a recipe on the blog for it too, by the way. This one's $5.49, super unique dessert. It's been a staple since 2003. It's super yummy and super exclusive. You're not going to find it anywhere else, which, by the way, is true of all of these things. Most of these items I'm telling you about today, you're not going to find anywhere but the location I'm telling you about it. There's a couple that you can find around the parks, but most of this stuff is really unique. So the cheesecake is actually topping a red velvet cake, so you've got a double dessert here, and it's just perfect. All right, next we're going to head to Jiko, the cooking place over at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and we're going to talk about that 4-cheese macaroni and cheese. Now, this is a saga, my friends. Talk about a soap opera, the macaroni and cheese at Jiko. This one is served with the oak-fired filet mignon on the dinner menu for $52, so you get it as a side. But let me tell you, after it first debuted with that steak and everybody loved it because there's like a red wine sauce over it, it's so delicious, new chefs came in and they took it off the plate. They didn't serve the steak with the mac and cheese anymore, and everybody lost their minds. And so pretty quickly after that, they started to realize that people kept asking for the mac and cheese with the steak instead of the rotating side that it came with. And so at this point, you'll usually see a mac and cheese paired with this steak. If you don't, the servers come in and they literally say to you when you sit down that you can still get the mac and cheese. They still have it in the kitchen, so if you want it, you can get it. Literally, the last time I went to Jiko, I sat down and the server said to me, before I even asked him, he's like, you can get the mac and cheese. You know that people are asking about it all the time, so it's that good. It's amazing, one of our favorites on property, and of course you can get it as a side dish. It's technically on the kids menu there, but you can get it as a side dish as well with whatever you're going to get. And you can get it as a side with pretty much any dish there. It's gonna cost you a little extra probably, but not too much, and it's definitely worth it. All right, let's talk zebra domes, also at Animal Kingdom Lodge. You're gonna get these at the Mara, which is the quick service location, or at Boma, which is that buffet restaurant over there in Jumbo House, and it's included with the cost of Boma. You can have as many zebra domes as you want, or you can get 4 for $4.29 at the Mara. And remember, they do have a gluten-free version of these as well. So what are they? It's an amarula cream liqueur mousse enrobed in panna cotta-esque white chocolate and drizzled with chocolate and chocolate shavings, and the whole thing sits atop a really thin little cake base. So this dessert is specific to Animal Kingdom Lodge, making it super special, and a lot of people love it. Some people don't. Some people aren't into that amarula flavor, but for some people, this is just the be-all and end-all iconic snack and treat that they have to get every time they're in Disney World. So if you haven't tried them, definitely want to try them. The gluten-free version takes the cake out, and it just has a thick chocolate bottom that the mousse sits on. All right, also at Animal Kingdom Lodge, let's talk about the bread service at Sanaa. You guys, this is truly incredible. So in case you don't know, Sanaa is the restaurant at Kidani Village, which is the Disney Vacation Club section of Animal Kingdom Lodge. And when you go to Sanaa, you actually have an amazing view of the savannas around the resort. So you can see those gorgeous African animals. You can check out the zebra and the giraffe and ostrich and the Ankole cattle, amazing birds. They're all right there just hanging out right outside your restaurant. It's incredible. But what's more incredible is this amazing bread service. Everybody loves it. It's going to cost you $18, and the bread service alone is worth the trek out to Animal Kingdom Lodge. I genuinely say it. In addition to the 5 different breads, which include kind of a spicy naan with a spicy butter on it, oh, so good, you're going to be treated to all 9 of the unique dips. These feature tamarind chutney, roasted red pepper hummus, and more. And it's an impressive African wine list as well here. So definitely, if you are a wine drinker, you're going to want to check out the wine list. But again, if you don't want to sit down for a full table service meal, you can go to Sanaa and sit in the lounge and order the bread service in the lounge and just not worry about having to order a full meal. But remember, if you do go and sit down in the restaurant, you can just order the bread service if you want to. Just be sure to tip a little extra if you can, since you are taking up a table that probably could have ordered more. So here's how to treat your servers well. A little soapbox there. Anyway, Sanaa, Disney's Animal Kingdom Lodge bread service, so good. All right, let's talk about those Mickey waffles. You knew they were coming up. You can get these at numerous locations throughout Disney World, including quick service restaurants. The price is going to vary depending on if you're getting one big Mickey waffle, a bunch of little Mickey waffles, loaded Mickey waffles, etc. Now, one of our favorite versions is from the Roaring Fork in Disney's Wilderness Lodge, where it's served with fried chicken and pecan butter. You can also get some amazing loaded Mickey waffles here. These are very, very under the radar. Nobody knows about them. But you can get loaded Mickey waffles topped with strawberry sauce, chocolate chips, bananas, Foster sauce, caramel sauce, chocolate syrup, and whipped cream over there at Roaring Fork. It's amazing. Why would you not want that, right? Now, over at the All-Star Resorts, you can sometimes grab Mickey waffle as part of a sundae. Over at the Grand Floridian, you can get Mickey waffle with fried chicken and Nashville hot honey. There's lots of great ways to have Mickey waffles throughout Walt Disney World. Believe me, we've got them all on the blog. We talk about them all here on the DFB Guide YouTube channel. So keep watching and you'll see them. Okay, also at Wilderness Lodge, we're going to take you up to Territory Lounge, which is the lounge at this particular resort. And we're going to grab that Oregon Chardonnay fondue. Now this one's $14, and there's always a fondue on the menu here, which I love, and this one is particularly drool-worthy. They may change out the fondues from time to time, but there's usually always one on the menu at the Territory Lounge. It's accompanied by pretzel bread usually. Sometimes they have little dried fruits as well, but this is one of our favorite underrated lounges on Disney property. It's a great place to go, super relaxed, super comfortable, and again, a big vat of melty cheese. How can you go wrong, right? Next up, let's talk Mickey Beignets, you guys. We've got Mickey Beignets over at Scat Cats Lounge and Scat Cats Club in Disney's Port Orleans French Quarter Resort. So if you're looking for beignets at Disney World, and you should be, head over to Scat Cats at Port Orleans. You're going to find Mickey-shaped beignets in their classic form, topped with powdered sugar or topped with chocolate or raspberry sauce. So there's a couple of flavored options. You can also get boozy beignets, which means they're going to fill beignets with Kahlua or Bailey's or several other liqueurs. Some of them are on the secret menu, so be sure to ask. And you can also get Mickey Beignets in an ice cream sundae here, so you really can't make a bad decision. They have gluten-free versions as well. All of the options are delicious, so if you weren't planning on heading over to Port Orleans French Quarter during your trip, I suggest you make a change. So the prices on these range from $2.99 to $14.99 depending on what you're getting. $2.99 is going to get you one flavored Mickey beignet. You can also get sets of 3 Mickey beignets, 6 Mickey beignets, and of course those boozy beignets are going to be the most expensive option. And finally, we're going to talk about the Spikey Pineapple, Lapu Lapu, the Nautilus. These are all going to be found over at Tiki Terrace and Tambu Lounge and Trader Sam's at Disney's Polynesian Village Resort. We're back at the Polynesian for those iconic drinks. If you love Dole Whip, you're going to want to kick it up a notch. We started this list with Dole Whip and we're ending it with Dole Whip. Tiki Terrace is where you're going to find the Spikey Pineapple, which is a classic Dole Whip float, which is spiked with rum. I know, you always wanted this to happen, and now it exists. And if you're looking for more pineapple goodness, head up to Tambu Lounge and grab a Lapu Lapu. This is the cocktail people are walking around with, served in an actual pineapple. So if you're talking about starting your vacation on the right foot, this is it, y'all. This used to be my first day of my vacation tradition, is I would go to Ohana for dinner and I'd get a Lapu Lapu. So rum plus rum drink in a pineapple. So fun and so good. Now, if you're looking for more ambiance with your drink, try out Trader Sam's, which is that little sort of secret hideaway downstairs, and you can share a Nautilus with your friends. A Nautilus is a giant, super shareable drink, definitely a twofer, and it comes served in a ceramic Nautilus, which of course, if you are a Disney historian, you will remember the Nautilus ride. And you can actually purchase that giant Nautilus as well. So if you do head to Trader Sam's, though, we want to warn you to beware of sinking bar stools, volcanic eruptions, angry goddesses, and lots of other things that might happen to you, including zombie heads. So there we go, our 50 most iconic iconic Walt Disney World eats, you guys. Whew, I think it's taken me a week to record this. Thank you so much for listening and watching, though. We absolutely want you to have the best trip that you possibly can to Walt Disney World. If you haven't already, be sure to head over to dfbstore.com. Check out our guidebooks that we create. We pour our heart and souls into those guidebooks. It's everything we know. Collectively, they are a bajillion pages long, so much information, but it will definitely help you plan the best possible Disney trip that you can and save as much money as you can as well. So we'd love to hear from you in the comments. We'd love to have you subscribe to the channel. And as always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.